There's a dispute between money amongst friends. We'll talk about that today in The Law and You. We hear about these things often.
Well.
Attorneys Greg Fellerman and Ed Ciarimboli are here. I think your advice is going to be don't do it in the first place, right?
Don't do it in the first place. We have never had somebody who sent a question in saying, I loaned somebody money and it went terrific.
So for some viewer, it's too late.
Yes.
So let's find out what can be done now. And this is a question from Kevin in McAdoo. He says, I've had a judgment against a friend who didn't pay back money that I loaned him. So what does Kevin do now?
Yeah, so now you have to execute on the judgment, and it is very, very, very time consuming. It's very difficult, very difficult process. You have to file what's called a writ of execution, and then the sheriff has to actually go and they have to start executing on any assets that this individual may have. Those assets have to be owned individually, not jointly. If the individual is married, that presents another issue, altogether. But if you know bank accounts, you can execute on bank accounts. You can execute on personal property. There's all kinds of things that you could do, but it is a very time-consuming process that you're going to have to go through. And then ultimately, on any personal assets, there's going to have to be a sheriff's sale in order to liquidate those assets. So that's the scoop.
And the thing with the judgment, a lot of people don't know is that I'm 95% sure that that judgment has to be perfected every 5 years. You have to refile that judgment in the Prothonotari's office to make sure that it's good. So just because you got one 10 years ago doesn't mean it's still good. So I believe there's a renewal on these judgments that has to occur. So what Ed said, executing, collecting, getting the judgment, it's a big time-consuming process. So make sure it's worth your time and effort.
And it's expensive.
And
there are some, that's not something that we do, but there are lawyers who actually specialize in doing executions. So if you really want to go that route, give us a call. We can certainly refer you to one of those lawyers, because this is not something that you can do without the assistance of a legal professional.
And you can miss if you miss one thing, it just all falls apart.
Number and website on the bottom of your screen. Results matter. Attorneys Greg Fellerman and Ed Ciarimboli. Have a good night.
Thanks, Dave.
PAHomepage.com and the Law and You hotline are there for you.